Hey guys.
Trigger warning. This video violates all forms of safe spaces. Leftists, run immediately.
This story breaks the boundary for the insanity of social justice warriors. Even for the looniest of the looniest movement. This story is just way too fucking loony. The title of the story is, and I have it in front of me, Berkeley students barricade bridge, force whites to cross creek. It's important to note that Berkeley was once a bastion of free speech in the 60s, but not just some useless watered down movement that has forgotten its traditions. Let's go on with the story. Students at the University of California, Berkeley held a violent protest on campus Friday to demand additional segregated spaces of color for non-white students. The demonstration began at a key bridge on campus where the protesters made a human chain to prevent white people from crossing, instead directing them to go around by trudging across the stream. Later, the activists turned their eye against an on-campus door leads to a private company posting a fake eviction notice on the building, threatening that community action will continue to escalate if the space is not vacated immediately. Hashtag not all social justice warriors. It's a religion of peace. A video of the protest shows demonstrators repeatedly heckling white passerby, barring them from entry to a key bridge on campus by forming a human chain while simultaneously allowing students of color to pass unmolested. At one point, the video even shows a protester refusing to allow an older white man to cross the bridge, eventually directing him to cross by the way of a creek that follows underneath the bridge. Just a few moments later, another white man attempted to cross the bridge by forcing his way through the crowd, only to be surrounded by a mob of students who began shouting expletives at him as they pushed him back in the direction he had come from. Time and time again, white students and professors were denied entry to the bridge as they were surrounded by aggressive protesters shouting, "Go around." Apparently, protesters were angered because one of the safe spaces was relocated to the basement of a building where it had previously occupied the 5th floor. When protesters were asked about the motivation for the demonstration, though, they refused to be recorded, leaving little to no explanation for the rationale behind such an aggressive protest. Remember this whole idea sparked from the concept of a safe space, a space where you don't hear any ideologically opposing viewpoints. Now they're taking it to a whole new level with a safe space for people of color, meaning non-white people. Let's not watch the video to see just how dumb this shit is. The moral of the story is, it's not racism if it's against white people. As I said previously, this is just way too dumb, even for social justice warriors. Apparently they're protesting racism by being racist themselves. Or of course they can't be racist because it's against white people. Now this people is a higher institution of learning. And I don't know what the fuck they're learning. Now one great American legend is rolling in his grave right now. His name is Martin Luther King, who said, "Let's not judge people by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character." Judging people by the color of their skin as being white and not allowing them to pass through a bridge is racism.
We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal. I have a dream that one day on the red hills of Georgia, sons of former slaves and the sons of former slave owners will they be able to sit down together at the table of brotherhood. I have a dream. My 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. I have a dream today. I have a dream that one day every valley shall be exalted. Every hill and mountain shall be made low, the rough places will be made plain, and the crooked places will be made straight.
And not to mention that apparently now segregation is okay as long as it's against white people. Sounds a bit racist to me. What was also hilarious was the comments down below. You should just see the shit. So I guess racism against white people is okay now. These assholes have no business being anywhere near a place of higher learning. Bunch of fucking racist people who are living in imaginary victim culture. They consider themselves to be victim at the same time victimizing others. They do realize they're the monsters they claim to fight. I just wish people could stop fighting racism with more racism. Anti-racism is called for anti-white, which I guess is kind of true. This video, this article, this whole story just proves how low the bar is now for social justice warriors. Previously, it was just, oh, we need a safe space with no differing viewpoints. Now it's we need a safe space without people who are white. I've seen people dismiss this kind of shit because it doesn't affect real people in their real lives, which I can agree with. If you show this to some guy working at Walmart, he would not give a shit. It's just too pretentious for anyone who has some common sense and has a job. But then again, these are people who are graduate and they may be in elected office. And they're gonna push for the same shit they're doing right now. So as people who actually believe in free speech, we have to fight back. There's no other way. Make no mistake, the people here are true racists. If you believe that you can segregate yourself from people who are white, then you are a racist. There's no other way to put it. That's it for the video. Like if you enjoyed the video. And subscribe if you want more social justice debunking. I'll catch you later very soon.